Jangan yang cukup. I request you to kindly mute yourself for better knowledge sharing.
Dear team, we can join. Our guest has joined. Saji sir is already in the call. We can start the session.
Yes, Dipant?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, good evening, everyone. So I request Lavanya to answer that, Shiva. Lavanya, could you also turn on your camera?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
trying to turn on my camera. 1 minute.
Okay.
So, a very warm welcome and good evening to one and all present here. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to today's faculty development program on competing with AI in classroom, discover and transform. Now, I request our director, ma'am, Dr. Amaleshwari, to address the gathering.
Very good evening to one and all present here. It is a great pleasure in hosting this 5 days FDP program by School of Management. And I also take this opportunity to welcome all the participants who have shown interest to decode AI teaching pedagogies and to be more effective in the classroom. We have the most prominent person who is apt for this topic for the session today, Dr. Saji Mathew. He is professor and head and a distinguished academic leader from IIT Madras. Sir, my heartfelt welcome to you, sir. Apart from all of your busy schedule, we know you have accepted and consented for this event. And I wish all the participants will take a very good learning from this session. And next 4 days, we have planned for a series of sessions where we have invited experts who are involving themselves into this particular area of AI. So, what is competing with AI in classroom? I think every faculty member who have registered here will know the actual difficulty and the benefits we get from AI. If we have a debate, I think probably everyone will love, enjoy speaking for and against for this AI in classroom. So we found that this topic is more suitable today, and for faculty development program, it will be the number one takeaway where everybody will be benefited. We cannot compete with AI, but still we can compromise, and we can also take lot of learnings through AI to make the classrooms even more very interesting. And on behalf of our principal, Dr. Santhosh Baboo, and our secretary, Dr. Ashok Kumar Mundhra, I take it again, once again, deem it my pleasure to welcome everyone here. And it has actually become a national level FDP program. We have participants registered from various states. I welcome everyone, and let's move on to the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Dipansh to walk us through the key highlights and the takeaways of the program.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Lavanya. So, of course, I'm indeed excited to introduce our 5-day faculty development program on competing with AI in the classroom, which is to discover and to transform. Throughout this program, educators and researchers will explore how to effectively integrate AI into classroom practices, be it for crafting engaging content, enhancing assessments, or even streamlining research. We'll cover not only the practical application, but also the ethical consideration, including issues of bias, data privacy, and responsible use. Ultimately, this faculty development program empowers faculty to prepare students for an AI-powered future by blending technology with a strong pedagogy. We welcome you all to join us and reshape the future of education and research.
Before we begin, I'd like to share a few important notes to ensure the smooth flow of the session. The session is being live streamed on YouTube. You can revisit it later or feel to share it with your peers and communities. So our YouTube channel name is School of Management, DDGDVC. We kindly request everyone to keep their microphone muted during the session. If you have any queries, please use the raise hand option. At the time of photo session, we request you to please turn on your cameras. The feedback and attendance link will be shared in WhatsApp group at the end of the session. Kindly make sure to fill it out once the session concludes. May I call Sadashivam to introduce the speaker of the day?
Good evening. I'm happy to introduce the speaker of the day, Dr. Saji Mathew. Saji Mathew is a professor and head in the Department of Management Studies, IIT Madras, bringing over a decade of diverse experience in academic administrative services and at Emory University, Atlanta, USA. His primary research interest lies in understanding factors influencing the success and sustainability of IT outsourcing. In recognition of this expertise, Dr. Mathew was awarded a Fulbright on studying the risk in offshore IT outsourcing between the USA and India. During the fellowship, he particularly focused on the risks faced by the US firms in the offshore software development. Dr. Mathew also has a keen interest in technology mediation in globally distributed projects, both for research and academic collaboration in course delivery. Drawing from his experience in global team projects, he continues to research task technologies fit in such environments. His significant at Newman, the session is all yours.
Sir, yes, sir, we can start.
Hello, good evening. I'm audible.
Very
Hello.
good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are
Good
audible.
evening. You're audible, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, I hope there is no noise. Yes, and the title itself shows how dated and current you are in your thinking and your concerns about academy. You have a problem which is affecting all of us, across the globe, as to how it's an existential problem for teachers, I would say. Do we have a future as teachers, or would students really need us? Or they would like the AI man, or the true man, or the true woman, or the AI woman, is a matter of discussion everywhere. In fact, last year I visited Penn State University, where my son does his PhD, and I met his research supervisor, who is a very committed teacher. So of course, they have an AI lab. So he was sharing the same topic and same concern as a teacher, as to how do you teach in the AI era. Particularly, the concern was how do you evaluate students. The students today have access to information, access to a lot of information to answer any question that you ask. If they have a phone in their hand, all answers, it's like, you connect with God, you connect with the whole, the whole, what do you call the Brahmanda, the whole universe. So the whole earth, the knowledge is actually accessible and available easily. And particularly the power of AI, or particularly the LLMs, or the large language models, to summarize information in human recognizable language, or in the human language, not in the programming language, okay, has made the whole difference. Okay. So essentially, it's the advance of natural language processing in computer science, and the power of the so-called networks, which has made this possible in the recent times. Okay. So the ability to process massive amount of data and bring insights from that data, which humans cannot do so well. So that makes machines so different and so powerful today. And this has implications in different fields of human endeavor. That involves the field of management, that involves the field of industry, government, politics, social life, families, individuals, relationships. Every aspect of human endeavor is influenced. And we scope our focus on to academy, or what you call the pedagogy, or class teaching, or teaching and learning. But I would still see the broader perspective, since yours is a school of management. The AI and management is the broader umbrella. And in fact, I have a course now on AI for management, not AI and management. So AI has a great potential in the field of management and management education. At the same time, as in the introduction, we heard that there is a responsible way of using AI. AI can be used just like, they say nuclear power. I think in recent discussion on AI policy or regulation, they refer to nuclear power policy. Can you imagine the power of AI is equated to the power of nuclear power? You must have heard about something called artificial general intelligence, or AGI. Okay, so that's about that actually is about a machine which is more intelligent than humans. And historically, any agent which is more intelligent is more powerful. Okay, and that agent will rule, or will have higher dominance or potential than the entities which are lower in terms of their intelligence. So when machine becomes more intelligent, machines have the potential to rule the world, not man. Okay, for example, somebody was saying an AI-powered bus may not stop at a human bus stop. It will pass by because it doesn't care about humans. So we may miss the bus in future. So there is so much of interesting topics surrounding AI today, because man and machine conflict. Okay? A man-machine conflict has not been so much discussed and um, highlighted as it is today. Okay? And it's of course very recent that man and machine have to coexist. They have been coexisting, right? We have machines all around. We use automobiles, we use bicycles, we use cellular phones, we use, you look around, it's technology everywhere. Okay, so machines everywhere. So what is new about it? Now that's an important question. What's new about machines today when we have been using machines for a long time? Okay, maybe if you think of the modern era, the the industrial revolution and the evolution of the modern era with automation, which began in the early 19th century. Machines have been pervasive in the sense we've been creating more and more technology, more and more machines to ease human and the human work. Okay? Machines have been supporting us. Machines have been around us to make us more efficient. Think of as needle and thread. Okay, so to sew. So the simplest example of a technology is the needle and the thread. Okay. So they help you sew or stitch. Okay. Stitching without needle, it's very hard. We can still do it, but it's very hard. But it's a simple technology. It's a machine. Okay. So machines help us. Machines ease our work. That has been the concept of machine in the past. Okay? But we all use machines to support us, machines to assist us. Voice assistants, you must have heard about voice assistants. Okay, Google Assistant, we call them assistants. Okay, they assist us. You need some help, you need some information, to search for something, you need to travel from A to B. Everything is a support for reaching our goals. Humans have certain goals. In order to attain our goals, we actually discover machines. So what is new about AI? That's my question. Do I have some answers? Why is this discussion on AI taking a different route or different path today when machine is nothing new? That's what I'm saying. Or software is nothing new. Applications are not new. Databases are not new. What is new about AI? No answers. If you don't answer, I will ask ChatGPT and it will give me the answer. Okay, I think there's no point in asking questions today because pedagogically, you get all the answers if you have in an online mode in particular. You get the answers and most of the times you get the right answer unless the AI confabulates. You get the answer. Well, if honestly anyone can answer from their mind, not from the AI mind, what is the answer? What is new about AI? There's nothing new?
Yes, sir. It started
There is an
thinking.
answer. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
continue.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
No, it started thinking like instead of we thinking about anything, it started thinking for our sake. Like the thinking aspect has been done by AI nowadays. It's not just
Okay.
so later part it start observing also. So we'll again lag in that and we lose it with future. So thinking and observation might again go away from human being in later part.
I see. Okay.
So there is a message in the inbox, sir, mentioning, like Mr. Raja has mentioned, fear of dominance over humans, nearer to human intelligence. So these are the answers given by the participants in the message box. Fear of dominance
Fear of dominance. Okay.
by AI.
Okay. Okay. Fear of dominance by AI, but that is a bit unclear, although there is some answer in it. But I'm just, yeah. So I heard that machines have started thinking. I don't know how they think. Do they think like us, or um, they don't, or we make them think?
we make them think, but only handful people make them think, not everyone.
I see. Okay. Let me try to share my window. You see my screen?
Yes, sir.
My slide, is it visible? Is it reaching you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. The question is, what is new with AI? Okay, that is okay. AI has the ability to think, is making it a bit hard. Is there anything that you can articulate differently, other than AI as a assistant, or is a machine as something that assists or enables your work? What is the new development in AI that um, makes our job probably the future of our job or future of work, as they call it, difficult? Okay, let me put it differently. Let us bring it to the classroom. Okay. Um, what are the new difficulties, or what are the new issues you face in classroom as teachers? Of course, there's a mix of teachers and students, I believe. So maybe teachers can answer. Why? Because of AI, what are the new challenges you face in classroom? I want to
Probably, sorry, sir. Can I speak?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Probably the first and foremost thing that comes to the mind is the amount of data or information that AI is having in its head is much more than what we have inside our head. So probably if there is any doubt that is being raised from the student side, we might fumble at times. If at all we don't know the answer. But that's not the case with AI.
Okay, so you think that AI has more data in its head than humans, and therefore they are more accurate than humans?
Probably at that point of time, that particular faculty or teacher may not have that knowledge.
Okay. So, so therefore, as a teacher, you feel inferior to AI, is it?
Yes, yes,
That's a problem. Okay.
yes.
Then why should students listen to you? They should listen to the AI, right?
Yeah, nowadays it's like whenever we ask them to do any assignment or presentation, the current trend is that they go and ask chat GPT for all the details.
Okay.
And that's how they present the assignment, and they don't even look at what's given inside that. They blindly believe the data given in that, the language that is provided. So everything is being blindly trusted by them. So we don't have a hand over it,
Hmm.
actually.
Hmm. So is it good or bad?
It depends on the data that's being given. So if it is true, fine, we don't have any issue. So at the end of the day, as a faculty, we are also supposed to learn. So nothing wrong in learning. Every day is a learning, every minute is a learning. That's fine. But if at all the data which is being provided is wrong, so that's where we fumble, in fact, and people normally trust the machines than humans.
Okay.
So that is another bifurcation from this issue.
Okay. All right. Do I have any other answer? So one aspect is that AI has plenty of data, sometimes more than what we can assimilate, and therefore it
Hi,
has
Jimmy Page.
it's better than the teacher. Okay, so that is a matter of concern. Okay. What else? We only talk about challenges now. How to address the challenges, maybe we will think about a little later. But what are the new challenges that AI has brought into the classroom?
So the student orientation towards knowledge seeking, we find it a little bit, no, there is a change in that, sir. Earlier, the faculty's content and the references from the faculty, they were the only sources for a students when it comes to a subject, and library searches, article searches. Now, the original way of searching for the knowledge itself is totally changed from the student's perspective. So what happens to a teacher as an evaluator? When it comes to teaching, the classroom teaching happens finally. Even the faculties use AI tools and techniques. But when it comes to learning and making the student take the content we give, say for example, one author book, say Philip Kotler, if I'm referring. So how many of them go deep into referring Philip Kotler or generate content from Philip Kotler through AI and modifications and this compressions of work? There is no detailed learning happening. That I see it as a challenge, sir.
Yeah. I hear the voice of the true voice of a teacher now. In sense, as a teacher, you seem to be concerned about what the students learn, right? So, if you ask a broad question, why do we exist as teachers? Why do we exist as teachers? We exist as teachers basically to ensure that our students learn. The goal of academy is to impart certain learning on our students, correct? So I think from if you use that term learn, does AI help students learn more or learn less? As a teacher, your goal is learning. Your goal is not teaching. Okay, so I think that is a major revision in the perspective of education that happened in recent times. So we earlier we used to write teaching goals or teaching objectives. Okay? So that in course outlines. Today it is no more teaching objectives, but learning objectives. So you take the learner's perspective. Okay? Now, a teacher knows a lot of things, and you can't say that a teacher is successful when the teacher teaches what she or he knows, but the teacher is successful when the student learns. Okay, so that you look at any of the standards of standard certifications for education today, be it your NAC or ACSB, which we follow now, they all worry about or think about or help you think about learning goals and learning objectives, because it is a learner's perspective we take. So when we take that perspective, the important question is AI helping students learn, or it is making them learn less as compared to previous days? And there your comment is very relevant. Students before AI or search tools used to search themselves a lot. Now, when I did my PhD way back in, say, year 2000, when the search databases were, we used to spend a lot of time in library, okay, going through books after books to read references, to get the right references, read them, cite them. So in research, that was a lot of learning. In search itself, there is learning. Okay, now, Anveshanam, it's in search. It's in the process of searching, you understand what is right and what is wrong. But when you don't search, you don't have to search, somebody else to search for you. The whole path of that learning has become nil. Okay, you only have the answer, but you don't have the learning from the search for the answer. Okay, in search of truth. Okay? So that search is something that actually AI stops. Okay? Of course, search engines do that, but AI do much more than that in terms of summarizing large volumes of data. Okay? So we are at the right point. Okay? We are at a dilemma as teachers, because our goal in academy is to impart learning on students so that they pass out as intelligent and prepared people to do something, okay, to attain certain goals, to build a career. But when they pass out of your academic program or an MBA program or a BBA program, with much lesser learning as compared to previous generation, and the machine is learning more and more, okay. So in one way, you see the path, the machine is becoming more and more intelligent with more data, as some of you suggested, and the humans are becoming less and less intelligent because they are becoming more dependent on machines, okay. So you see that paths are actually moving in opposite direction. So that is the current challenge. If in standing in academy, I also face the same challenge. Okay? That I'm not sure if my students are learning in the same way my students used to learn, say, 5 years ago, when you didn't have so much of tools to actually assist you or, do things for you. All right. So we will let us move forward a bit, since my job is to place this important question in front of you. I'm sure in the next few days you will be listening to a lot of talks and workshops. I do not know what are the contents of the FDP, but I'm sure there will be a lot more discussions on how AI can, instead of um, reducing the effective learning process, can AI be positively used or deployed or managed within academic programs to improve or to make man more wiser or man and woman more wiser, okay, or better. That is our inquiry. Okay, that is what we are actually thinking today. Okay, so let me give a broad introduction to AI and then close with this some insights or some thoughts, which I'm sure, as I said, in the coming lessons, you will be learning more. Okay. I'm sure some of you must have read about the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2024. It went to two scholars, John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton. Okay. And the Royal Swedish Academy cited them as it's cited in their Nobel Prize for foundational discoveries and inventions that enable machine learning with artificial neural networks. Okay. So the Swedish Academy has bestowed Nobel Prize on two scholars who contributed to neural networks, okay, and machine learning. They got the highest award that the world gives, which is the Nobel Prize. Okay. So therefore, it only shows the importance and the significance of neural networks, which form the brain of the AI, okay, or the so-called machine. The engine, okay, is basically the neural networks. So this award signifies an important direction our human endeavor is taking today, that is AI. Okay. And in fact, these are particularly Hofield and Hinton. They have written and done a lot of research in neural networks, and it is Hinton's backpropagation and gradient descent algorithm, which he actually used along with big data, large data sets, I think in 2011, which proved to be very efficient in learning large data sets, particularly textual data in 2011, which led to the development of large language models and, of course, the generative AI today. Okay, the engine behind the generative AI is the large language model, which actually from 2011 has been on a big leap forward, and they got Nobel Prize in recent times. So, let me not take you so much back to the 50s, but when I teach my course on information systems, I lay a foundation for the evolution of information technology, and currently AI is the latest one. But it all started in the 60s. It was analog systems, and then industry started using applications for automation, business process automation and databases. And 2000 to 2020, you see smart interconnected world where IoT, social media, um, machine learning algorithms, all of them actually became significant. And 2020 onwards, essentially, if you look at the world of technology, particularly information technology, the big change, particularly for the last 5 years, is from the role of AI as an assistant to AI as an agent. And this was the key question I was asking in the beginning. What is the new thing about AI? Okay, AI has been so machine has been an assistant to humans for a long time, but the assistant to agent transition or agentic systems is a new development. Okay? For example, when we use a forecasting model to forecast sales for the next semester or next 6 months, and then plan our production processes accordingly in industry or production targets accordingly based on sales forecast. Okay? We are actually assisted by machine learning algorithms. Okay? That's an assistance. Okay? But why we call it assistance? The production targets are decided by humans. Okay? It's not the machines which take the decisions. It is the humans which takes the decisions. But humans use this information from predictive algorithms to take a decision. It's basically assistance. Okay? It is support or decision support. This is what machines used to do. But today, when we say machines as agents, machines are actually taking decisions. Okay? The difference is they have become decision-making agents. They take decisions for you. Think of autonomous cars, okay, which is it's one of the areas where AI is being deployed or to be deployed in future. What is autonomous car? Okay? There is no human on the driver's seat. What is on the driver's seat? Actually, I did visit Google campus in San Francisco a few years ago, and they were testing the autonomous cars in the Google campus. Cars running around in the campus with no driver. There may be someone sitting at the back. Okay? But who is in the driver's seat? It is a machine, or it's a machine learning algorithm, or it's an AI. Okay? So they actually drive and they decide which path to go, where to turn. Okay? It's continuously taking, when we drive a car, we take a lot of decisions. Okay? For example, which road to go, okay? Where to stop, where to start. Okay? These are decisions, okay? And those decisions used to be taken by humans with the support of algorithms, but today they take decisions. For example, another example, if you use Uber, and if you are a driver signed up with Uber service, okay? Well, what kind of an incentive a driver gets, or what kind of drives or rentals, the riders the driver gets, is no more a choice of the driver. Okay? Or it's no more a manager or a taxi service provider who takes the decision as to which car goes to or which route goes to which driver. Okay? But it is a machine sitting there taking the decision. Okay? Or it's a machine learning algorithm, or it could be a neural network learning algorithm which actually has learned how to assign riders to drivers. Okay? The match between riders and drivers is made automatically made. Okay? There is no human agent in between. It is machine as an agent, machine as a decision maker. Okay? Think of algorithmic trading. Okay? Machine takes decisions for you as to where to invest. So agential AI, okay, is a new phenomenon because it takes decisions for you. Okay? It doesn't just support you with information, but it takes decisions for you. Or it's an intelligent being. Okay? And somebody said it's a thinking machine. Okay? It thinks. It thinks means it reflects, or it thinks of the past, historical data, learns from the historical data, and takes decisions. Okay. So that's a new thing. Okay. And AI can be narrow or general, and I think I talked about it, the potential for AI to be very task oriented, like autonomous driving means it does autonomous driving alone, but it doesn't help you buy an insurance uh, policy. Okay, but as humans we do multitude of things. Okay, the same brain can decide which music to listen to, which place to go, what food to eat, which um, degree to enroll. We take a lot of diverse decisions. But machines have this limitation that they are able to take decisions only on which they are trained in. Okay? So that's called narrow AI. But today the scope of AI is broadening from narrow to general, in the sense you can train machines to take multitude of decisions. And when that becomes a reality, we call it superintelligence, okay, or superintelligence, or general AI, okay, artificial general intelligence, okay, is the future challenge, which could lead to existential risk, as machines could become more intelligent than humans. Okay. And this is an existing tension. Okay, if you follow OpenAI, if you follow Google, all of them have hugely invested in Gen AI and AI research. Okay? And the professionals working for these organizations, you can see a lot of churns there. Okay? A lot of thoughtful people actually leaving the company. Okay? Because of a lack of policy on responsible use, development and use of AI. So that is a current challenge. You can read some of the pieces uh, in this slide. But what I want to say is that we are living at the cusp of a transition from a time when uh, software was used for efficiency to an AI software which is used to substitute humans, and with the with the power of intelligence. Okay? And that has future challenges not only in education but in diverse fields. Okay? So I wouldn't like to go so much forward, but there is, my course will soon be available in NPTEL platform on AI and business and AI and management. It's a 30-hour course, and I'm sure you will get to listen to a lot about AI and its applications in business and management, and responsible and safe AI, AI regulation, etc. Okay, and how to sort of address the downside of AI when you deploy AI. Okay, it is not only in education but in diverse fields. There is a challenge in using AI, deploying AI for positive results. Okay, where its deployment can also be negative. One of the topics that is very relevant is the interpretable and explainable AI for managers. Okay? For example, if AI takes a decision, I already told you that AI has moved from assistant to agent. Okay? So suppose AI algorithm is used, say, in student enrollment in Vaishnav College School of Management. Okay, I'm sure you actually admit students based on certain criteria. Okay, so there is certain criteria for academic performance in the UG program. There is something you may be considering a CAT or a GMAT or some test score. Okay, and you may also be conducting certain interviews to actually check the suitability of student for your MBA program. Okay. We do all that. Okay. So finally, for a capacity of say 100, you may be evaluating say 1,000 applications. Okay. I do not know what's your number. Now, at the end, for a program, you select 1,000 out of 100. It could be student admissions, it could be recruitment, where you actually recruit people for certain positions. Now, the same job can be done by machines or algorithms. Okay, you feed the CVs of people, and based on the CVs and based on the learning from the past, the AI can take a decision who should be admitted and who should not be, who should be the top 100 for your admissions. Now, the challenge with uh, deploying AI for this kind of recruitment admission processes is that AI can often be biased. We call it AI bias. For example, when the final 100 selection is made, you may find that 80 out of 100 are man, okay, only 20% are female and 80% men. Isn't it a bias against female? Okay. Now, you also find that when you made the selection of the 100 from 1000, you find that 60 out of the 100 are from a particular community, or there is a majority who comes from a particular community, or in our Indian language, particular caste, okay, or a religion. What happened? We say AI is biased, okay, and somebody said in the beginning, we expect very high, unbiased decisions from a machine. Humans can actually fine, they may make mistakes, but machines are not supposed to make mistakes. But why are machines biased? Why is AI biased? Why this kind of a bias is visible in the decisions that AI makes? This is really true. Okay? And there are several case studies on this when Amazon stopped using AI for recruitment because the blacks or the black Americans were not truly represented by AI algorithm, AI bias. But why does it happen? I'm just checking if everyone is alive still, or some of you have actually slept off, go for a morning walk, a evening walk. No, I see some smiles. So, why do AI demonstrate this kind of bias?
So maybe
Based on
AI goes with what is right and wrong. No, they just they go with the analytical thinking and don't really care much about values or what is right and wrong.
Okay.
They
based on
stick
the
to the
previous database, whatever it's available, AI can explore that data only.
Okay, Arpita, yeah, you got a perspective. Yeah, so what do you think? Where is Gen AI, like the OpenAI, the Chat GPT? Where does this LLMs get trained? What is the source of data for LLMs?
Sources of data you're talking about, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
We,
basically, if we talk about the chat GPT, take only the data which has already been published, right? It is not using its intelligence in terms of, I will say, a kind of, actually ChatGPT works only on the algorithm which is available there, right? Just like human put little bit discretion on the part which is being missing in ChatGPT. It takes the data which has already been available.
all right. Yeah, yeah. My question is, what is that data on which the AI, like the Gen AI, is trained on? Because we saw in the beginning, I think some participants said AI has more data. It is trained on more data than humans, and therefore it's apparently more intelligent. But I'm just wondering, what is the data with which the Gen AI uh, trained? What is that source? What is the data?
Published data which is anywhere in available in electronic source, and they use permutation combination of the same.
Okay. All right.
Because if we see, sir, that ChatGPT advanced version, right? Earlier when ChatGPT came, that they are using specific data till 2021, right? So we are, whether you are sitting in 2023, it will give you data till 2021 only. And then come the advanced version, which is capturing the real-time data also, but which has already been published. But that's what I think so.
Sure. But okay. But is anyone specifically aware of the data sources for training Gen AI large language models? Because all large language models are responding to you based on certain data sets on which they have been trained. Okay? We cannot imagine that they just develop their intelligence by some divine power. It has all come from, as you say, data. Okay? What is the data? That's what I'm wondering. Specifically. I will just show you a paper which I strongly recommend you to read. It's available in public sources, so hence let me actually close with that note, because a lot of students use AI tools in the classroom, right from Perplexity to Gemini and ChatGPT, and a multitude of them, or the co-pilots. But be aware, what is your source? Okay? Who has taught your Gen AI to answer your questions? Let me share. Is this paper visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you can Google and you will get this in now. This is a very controversial research paper on the dangers of stochastic patterns. Okay, can language models be too big? So this paper has all the answers, or all the downside of AI systems when you deploy it has been highlighted in this paper. And one of the things that this paper informs is the source of data is mostly data from web or internet. Okay? For example, the GPT-3 was trained on Wikipedia, Reddit and its sources. You know, Reddit is a discussion forum, you must be aware, and a lot of ebooks, which are all in digital form. For example, who provides content to Wikipedia? If you think, if, as the paper suggests, Wikipedia is the source of text data, okay, for training an LLM. So, but who actually creates that? It's number one, it is only people who are actually internet users, whose data is represented in AI. If you are not an internet user, you don't have a voice, you are not in social media, you are not actually contributing to write Wikipedia, your voice is not represented. Okay? So the reason why oftentimes AI has bias is because the data that is available in internet sources are created by or contributed by humans, mostly man, mostly white man, uh, uh, because the internet usage is more prevalent in the West. Okay? So it represents more of the Western culture and Western topics than the Asian. Okay? And hence, there is a bias, the data is skewed. Okay? So do not imagine that AI is trained on some sort of a perfect sources of data, that it will always speak the truth. Okay? There is something called AI hallucination. Okay? If some of you must be aware. Okay? So sometimes it may give an answer which it doesn't know, but it still says some blah blah blah. Okay? That's very dangerous in academy. If students rely on AI alone or a ChatGPT alone for answers, sometimes the answers can be completely wrong and misleading, okay, and erratic. Okay? Because keep in mind, this has been trained with some sort of a data, okay, and it can only speak from that data. Okay? Imagine some of you belong to Madurai, okay, and you never left the city of Madurai. Your exposure is completely within that boundaries of that city. The food that you eat, the climate that you experience, the language, the language that you speak, the type of clothes that people wear and you see, the way in which you put your conversation, everything is based on a local culture. Okay? And then you cannot expect that someone from California comes to Madurai, and when you speak to a person from Madurai, that person will also speak like someone from San Francisco. Okay, a Madurai person will talk like a Madurai person. A Trivandrum person will talk like a Trivandrum person. A person from Rajasthan can only speak like a Rajasthani. Okay, because that is where our brain developed. Okay? Therefore, the brain of AI is developed in some data, and it will always speak that language. So I strongly recommend this paper. And in fact, you see Timothy Gabriel, who is one of the authors of this paper, was a researcher, lead researcher in Google. And I think in 2023, she wrote this paper, right? I think it is, let me check. This was written in 21, it was 21, okay? So after this paper was published, she was fired from Google, okay? And there is a case about it because she told the truth about AI, and Google just did not want to hear the truth, okay? And therefore, AI is also under development. It has certain business models, and that is driving the interest in AI for tech companies, okay? So every field of human endeavor, as I said, is under tension because it is a developing technology. Okay? Particularly as teachers, we are going to face this problem more in the days to come because we are concerned about students learning, and they may learn the wrong things. They may actually trust an AI more than a GPT, more than a teacher. Okay? So we have that crisis. And in fact, when I spoke to a colleague in Penn State, I asked him, how do you evaluate students today? Because if you give an assignment, you have the AI. If you give a homework, they have the AI there. If you give a class work, group work, they use their phone. And you can ban everything, but there is a limit to which you can censor things. Okay? So he told me that he stopped giving assignments. He stopped actually giving homework. He only conducts Viva voice examination. Okay? But that's a huge challenge. If you have a class of 100, how do you do Viva voice? So Viva voice is a test of students learning because you're not having anything to refer to. You have to face-to-face answers question. But I liked one point there. Maybe that could be an important driving point for a faculty to convince a student not to use AI tools irresponsibly. If your recruiter you go for a job and the recruiter asks you questions on face, and you don't have a phone with you, you don't have a laptop with you, you have to have a conversation with somebody who is going to hire you for half an hour. Can you face the recruiter on face and answer the questions well? If you cannot, if your answer is no, then you are damaging yourself. You are actually destroying your career by being dependent on tools and techniques. Okay? So make students aware of their own career, their own intelligence, their own growth. If they can't answer questions themselves, they are not ready for a job. They are not ready for a career. What are they doing? What are they trying to achieve through education? So hence, there are multitude of tools I can talk about, but they all should be used responsibly, not in a way that will make academy or learning shallow and less important. With that note, let me close here, and I want to thank all of you for listening to me, and also thank the school for having me here. I want to wish all the best for the coming few days of training and workshop. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saji. It was a great experience to decode how this whole AI is being trained. Thank you so much for your wonderful session.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, sir, for the insightful and thought-provoking session on the use of AI for management. Your perspective have truly shed lights on how technology can enhance teaching and learnings in today's academic environment. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the faculty and researchers who joined us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we hope this session provides a better understanding of AI versus human intelligence in pedagogy. So if anyone have any queries, you can ask now.
Yeah, the session is open for a Q&A.
So that's sort of a wonderful session listening to you. As a faculty, we'd like to have only one question to you, sir. Even coming from the premium institute like IIT, sir, do you face the same kind of challenge what we are facing in terms of students moving towards more Gen AI rather than using their own perspective while finishing off the assignments or doing the whatever being assigned to them, given to them, sir?
Well, we also stopped assignments. I no more give assignments because I don't have to verify whether the assignments are their own or they are doing with the machines are doing, because you can manual language. There's so many tools out there. So I'm dependent less on assignments. I give them more examinations.
Okay.
So without any aids.
Okay.
I also try to, I don't conduct Viva Voice. During COVID times I used to do, but my weight for assignments have substantially reduced, and it's more on examinations. Yeah, but I still notice that students are aware that if they don't learn, they can perform. So by and large, that sort of awareness is growing. So we have to wait and see how we can tweak our pedagogy in a way we can use tools, but to their advantage, not to their disadvantage.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
So many responses at the inboxes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and all the best.
Anybody else want to? Yeah, please. Anybody else?
So for your photo session, we request everyone to just turn on your camera.
Turn on your cameras.
Yes.
Okay, are we done? Did somebody click a picture?
Sadasivam, are we done with the photo?
I think it is still in small, large icons. I don't know. The way I see it, only very few.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Dear participants, the link has been shared. Your feedback link has been shared. Yes, kindly respond to it. Have a good day. Thank you.
Happy evening.
Thank you, everyone. Happy evening.